This is Hannibal here from the HannibalTV.com, and I am alive drinking my coffee out of one of my official Hannibal coffee mugs, which, by the way, if you go to the HannibalTV.com or the merchandise link in the description of this video, you could buy one of these official Hannibal hoodies, coffee mugs, Great North Wrestling t-shirts and sweaters, and a lot more. But I'm here today for my daily wrestling news update, and there is a good amount of news, so let's get into it. John Cena, according to TMZ, married Canadian Shay Shahrizadeh in Tampa, Florida on October 12th, according to documents obtained by TMZ Sports. He had been dating her back to early 2019. She is from Vancouver, British Columbia, so congratulations to him. His ex seems like she got around a little bit, so this is probably a better choice. According to PWI Insider, Dark Side of the Ring future episodes are going to include an episode for season 3 on the father of Jake Roberts, Rockin' Robin, and Sam Houston, Grizzly Smith, who was a longtime agent for WCW. Had a lot of allegations about him over the years. Some of them were from Jake himself. There's also going to be one on the 1995 WCW Collision in Korea event, which Sonny Ono talked to me about for like a good 20 minutes to half an hour. If you search it up here, the Hannibal TV, Sonny Ono, Collision in Korea. He is the one that really helped put that show together. So if you want a preview of that show, just check out my interview with Sonny Ono, who, by the way, Sonny Ono is the one that told me about Dave LeDuc, the Lithway fighter I interviewed a few days ago. And Sonny Ono said that Dave LeDuc, he considers the best pound-per-pound fighter in the world today. And Sonny Ono knows a couple things about martial arts. Philadelphia will be welcoming back football fans starting this Sunday in a limited capacity. And I actually looked it up, and the state of Pennsylvania has a population of 12.7 million people and has had a total since the beginning of COVID of 181,000 cases. And here in Ontario, the province of Ontario, Canada, where they put us back on lockdown, we actually have a higher population than Pennsylvania. We're almost at 15 million. We're 14,745,000 plus. And we've only had a total of 61,413 total cases of COVID. But we are locked down again, and they're letting football fans back in Philadelphia. So there's got to be a happy medium. It just sucks that so much of our freedoms are being taken away here in Ontario. It's really miserable. I mean, my grandmother is into her last days, unfortunately. We've been told she only has about 2 months left, and luckily there is an exception for me and my mother to be able to go visit her if we go separately. But at one point in time, they weren't even going to let us visit for her final days. So thank God they're making some amendments to these brutal lockdown rules. Frozen Mark 77 says, good evening. Does coffee come with the cup? These wonderful Hannibal cups? No, it doesn't. Sinbad says, what a name as far as John Cena's new wife, Shay. We'll just call her that. We'll call her Shay Cena. I don't know if she took his last name or not. Mirrored says John Cena got remarried. Whoopee. I'm sure Cena has a prenup, Master Joe 3000. And even if he was to lose half of his shirt, he is a multi-millionaire now. He's now the voice of Honda. He's a movie star. He rarely even wrestles anymore. I wouldn't have called that WrestleMania 36 match he had against Bray Wyatt a wrestling match. That was an abortion. The Drave Kruger is excited for the RVD shoot tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern, which he has confirmed. By the way, I was supposed to do one with Rip Rogers today, but he couldn't figure out StreamYard. So unfortunately for Rip Rogers, I'm just going to have to wait till I can get across the border and see him again in person. Thank you for the people about my grandmother. Really appreciate it. The toughest part of the first part of COVID is I wasn't allowed to see her for like months and months. Whip says he's known several people that had COVID and said it wasn't bad. Here in Alabama, they've been open with no months, with no spike. Well, there has been around 100 wrestlers in North America that have had it, including The Rock, if you want to consider him a wrestler. Sorry, Kevin Nash, AJ Styles. AJ Styles said he basically got a runny nose. I know some cases are worse than others, and if you have pre-existing cases, it could be worse. But as far as the U.S. and Canada, where we have decent healthcare systems, I haven't heard of any wrestlers dying. Steve says Cody Rhodes looks like Eddie Monkster. I could care less about Cody Rhodes. Obviously, I'm not watching AEW right now. G-Man says Alabama and Hawaii are the two states with the declining COVID cases. Sally Fields, how did I feel about Wrestling with Shadows? Very biased towards Bret Hart. I'd have to watch it again, which I don't really want to watch it again. But it is biased. Some people have asked me to review it. Maybe one day I will. Merd's looking forward to the RVD interview tomorrow. Michael Kennedy says hello. Blake wants the RVD interview. Steve says, am I going to light up with RVD tomorrow? Probably. Sam Lentz says AEW is unwatchable. Well, on that note, my good buddy Sam, I'm going to get to my second workout of the day. I'm doing the best with what I have access to. And it's about 9 degrees Celsius out there right now. So not too bad. Have a good night, everybody. Cheers to you from my Hannibal mug. If you get one, get a picture with it. I will share it on my social media, Instagram and Twitter, at the Hannibal TV. If you DM me on Twitter, at Devon Hannibal, I will follow you back, by the way. Nobody gives a shit about WWE or AEW. Some do. Some do. Blake was asking my opinion of Beyond the Mat. Look up my review of Beyond the Mat. I did a whole review of that on here. Sally's looking forward to my RVD interview. Be there. I'll ask fan questions too. At 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Subscribe to this channel and click get notifications and be there for that RVD stream tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern. He's one of my favorites. So tune into that. Cheers.